EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to Chile, but of course sold out Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
For a berth in the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go. Up.
A man from nearby Wichita, it's Breece Hall. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Here's 2nd and 3.
Hey, Ted. Here we go. Up, let's go.
Fields. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet first down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Hey, Ted. Hey, Ted. Good night.
Back to throw, Fields. Over the middle, complete. It's Hall. And he's brought down. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Here we go, son. Angel.
Now Fields. He's got the hook up to Lazard. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. From the 35, here's 2nd and 3.
Go, Chuck. Ready? Go.
Fields now to throw. And he'll find Hall. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical that it'd be this easy, but they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
Here we go. Hey, Ted.
A play fake, now Fields to throw. Flush to his right. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Fields, we know he has the good mobility. He flashes it there as he scrambles for the first down.
Well, that's a nice job right there. He's looking downfield, but with no one open, he takes off and tries to run for it. He gets to the sidelines and gets out of bounds with a first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Here we go.
Here's Fields. A quick throw there is incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Here we go.
2nd and 10.
Hey, 10, 10.
Out of the gun, Fields. And he comes back with one complete. And the Jets are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
Scoring first, so critical in the postseason. They've got it here, 1st and goal. They'll run with Hall. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Here's Fields. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
So it's 3rd and goal now, and this is where the KC crowd can make it very tough.
11. Go.
To throw is Fields. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Jets are on the board first here in this division round matchup. Anders Carlson now for the point after. He's got it, and the Jets lead 7-0. Carlson back out there now to send this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 right at the 30. They'll start the drive here with Pacheco. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Attack!
They go play fake. Mahomes. And he whips that one incomplete there.
They are such a talented team at defending the perimeter and taking away throws to the outside. Great confidence, great skill.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Yellow.
Throwing now is Mahomes. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have the Chiefs first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
17. Hold on, Nisa.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 46 yards rushing for him now in his first 2 carries of the ball game. That was excellent from start to finish, from the blocking to the running, just well executed.
And now let's look ahead, because after that, how about a little play action, maybe a little bootleg, and get the quarterback out on the corner and give him a little run pass option.
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. And Xavier Worthy, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point by Butker is on target, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other. And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
West, sit. Mayday.
Now it's Fields. And Lazard's got it again. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
Here we go. Angel. You got a mini base. Why not? Hey, carry. EQ. Alpha. All right.
Back to throw. Fields. Over the middle and complete to Wilson. The Jets are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
So 3 plays already first and goal, and they are wasting little time.
Fields changing the play.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage. I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them at the end zone as the first half winds down.
A big one coming in this divisional round playoff, 3rd and goal.
Don't jump. Ready?
Operating from the gun, Fields. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown.
Justin Fields.
An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Jets have taken the lead.
If you're going to play quarterback in the NFL, you've got to have great vision, and you've got to remain calm when things break down in the pocket. Both of those traits were on display there. He surveys the situation, sees the middle of the field open, so he's just going to step up and take it himself. Very well done there.
Carlson's extra point up and good.
And that makes the score 14-7.
So after the made field goal, here's Carlson to send it away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball is going to come out to the 30-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10.
Down the left sideline. He may go.
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown.
Isaiah Pacheco.
70 yards.
And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
And Thomas just going to hold on to this one. It's a touchback.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
Here we go. Good. Hey, Ken. No muss.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10.
Fields.
And his throw here is incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Here we go.
Looking to throw. Fields.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. That gain on 3rd down, good for 28.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd down and 2.
Here we go. EQ. Jump flat.
Straight ahead is Hall.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Fields. And the Chiefs are going to get him. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's the Jets punter now.
Back deep for KC, Xavier Worthy.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
And Xavier Worthy.
He scored on the ground and through the air.
And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
No, he missed the PAT. No good on the extra point, so a letdown there. And this will stay a 6-point ball game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And looking at this situation, Charles, you got more than a minute. You've got all 3 timeouts. Probably no need to play this safe.
So what you're saying is that we're doing a little bit of a mind meld here, aren't we? Because I'm thinking along the same lines as you. This amount of time, don't be compelled to play it too safe. This is a chance to get points on the board. Press it a little bit.
Especially since a touchdown here gets you the lead. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Here we go. Hey, Monday. Go.
Looking to throw. Fields. Eluding the pressure right.
And check down complete to Hall.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Brandon, you know, this is going to be discussed because this is the fear of all the backs when they run this type of a route. They've got to find the football, and sometimes they don't see the defender. And in this case, he took a pretty good shot.
Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Well, a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
This one deep for Wilson.
And he's got it inside the 10. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown.
Garrett Wilson.
51 yards.
And the Jets are an extra point away from moving out in front in the final minute of the half.
These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes. That's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far and fun to watch.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And the Jets are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they really won't have much time to work with. Just 19 seconds showing on the clock. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. 19 seconds showing to play in the half as they come up here 1st and 10.
Easy.
A shotgun snap. Fields
Going to look deep for Wilson. And that is incomplete.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
Don't jump. Ready? EQ.
to throw again on 2nd down. Fields. And this one too low.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Here we go.
From the gun, here's Fields. And that is incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on 3rd down.
Here's the Jets punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And now a high kick trying to pin him back. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff. And the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
From the 31, here's a 2nd and 9. Now Mahomes. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. He's got it at the 15. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. And Xavier Worthy saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Chiefs come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Now Mahomes to the line as the Chiefs are going to go for the 2-point try. Mahomes will throw for it. It's complete. And he is not going to make it to the goal line. So the defense holds, and this remains a 5-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Xavier Gipson now from his end zone. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just already know our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other.
The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
To the right side, complete to Taylor. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Boy, 30 more yards and another first down.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. For big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
Here we go.
Paul again.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Back to throw. Fields. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. From 10 yards out.
And the Jets have retaken a third quarter lead. So a very strong first drive in the second half, Charles, as they've turned that halftime deficit into a third quarter lead.
And they were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But, boy, they executed awfully well moving the ball down the field.
Fields trying to throw for it.
And he's got it. The try for 2 is successful, and it pushes the lead up to a field goal.
So now Carlson, after the touchdown, called on to send this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Here's Pacheco to begin the drive. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
38-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Now Patrick going to change the play.
15.
Pacheco gets it again on 2nd down.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
136 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along.
To throw, it's Mahomes.
That's complete to Palmer.
And he's got this down to the 35. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there. It keeps them advancing the ball.
From the 29, here's 2nd and 4.
Fight on these two. Hey, Sunday.
Again, it's Pacheco.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Another 6-yard carry, same as last play. First down.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
Andre Cisco there on the stop.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Now a toss left for Pacheco.
And they'll get him down right around the 16. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive will take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3.
Easy.
Mahomes now to throw.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th.
So give him 3 on that drive. You know, normally you'd say, we'll take it, but the way points have been flying around, it feels like a little bit of a letdown.
Yeah, you just have to wonder, are field goals going to be enough? Because as you pointed out, the way touchdowns have been scored, does kicking a field goal actually put you at a disadvantage the rest of the way?
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
Here we go. Let's say that. Hey, 10. 11. Hey, 10.
Throwing to start the drive. Fields. He'll get this to Lazard. 2 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line.
Here we go, son.
Hall on a give up the middle.
Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 5. Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Don't jump. Ready?
Handoff, running left. Here's Hall.
And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
Catch made right side by Wilson. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Out of the gun, they run it with Hall.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And this is going to be intercepted.
And the Chiefs are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the 4th quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Majors used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Oh, that would have been a nice one to hit on in a tie game. You start to think that one big play, maybe the next big play, could turn out to be the game winner. They took the big shot, but it winds up incomplete.
They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Here's 3rd and 6.
Here's Mahomes to throw. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. That's caught inside the 20. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown.
And Xavier Worthy,
68 yards.
and the Chiefs strike quickly to take the lead here in the 4th.
Butker now to add the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
And this could be the defining moment of their season, all hyperbole aside. You're trailing here in the 4th quarter, the divisional round, and they need to come up with something as they get this drive started. 57 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. Back to throw. Fields.
Wide open receiver complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Fields now to throw.
He finds Taylor, complete.
And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning.
Here we go. 11, 11, 11.
Here's Fields.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Again from the 15, 2nd and 10. All eyes on Fields. They'll set up the screen for Hall.
And he's in. Touchdown, Jets.
Breece Hall.
A 15-yard touchdown grab.
And the Jets are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes.
Important extra point up and through. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter.
Both these teams fighting for their playoff lives. All tied, 4th quarter as the kick is away here. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Yellow.
Mahomes will throw.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. They run it with Pacheco from the gun.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
Now 2nd and 4. Here's Pacheco once again.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Pacheco gets it up the gut.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th.
Here's 2nd down.
Hey, 57 color, 57 color.
Headed straight, it's Pacheco.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. I guess at the very least, they got the tackle from keeping him out of the end zone.
Yeah, you're looking for that silver lining, aren't you? But guess what? Everything changes now after that big play. They've got a chance to strike.
Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Here's another kneel down as he'll try to set up the game winner. And we are set for a great finish as that timeout comes in with 2 seconds to go in this football game. Everything right now resting on the right foot of Harrison Butker. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. This to book a trip to the AFC title game. And the kick is good. He puts it through, and they are moving on to the AFC Championship game.
The Chiefs going to play on another week as we say so long, everybody.